Good morning. Today I wanted to look at like your person's intentions, but I want to make it like a much quicker video. And so we're looking at like what's coming next, what you expect to come next, and like the difference between that and what's actually going to happen. And so we're just looking at very like simply what's going to happen next, and it's like a quick video. We also have crystals to pick from, but you can pick your deck, or you can pick with the crystal. For the first pile, I have like this piece of glass that's like covered in dirt. This one is this like redstone. And this one is another like natural stone that's more orangey and has like silver like shiny bits. And then choose one of your decks. This will be 1, 2, and 3, and skip to the timestamp. Okay, so what's gonna happen next with your person? Let's ask first that question. So what's gonna happen next? What's coming next? The Queen of Wands. And the Four of Swords on the bottom. They wanted to come out. But what's happening next with your person? They're kind of just flying out. The 10 of Wands, the 3 of Swords. We'll get one last card. So it looks like very independent energy. Where here we see like, this is giving me like throat chakra vibes, and it's giving me blocked throat chakra vibes. And so like, you see how it's like, they would communicate, but there's a lot of dust on it. There's things that need to be like, that need to be removed. And the deck's blue too. So I'm getting like throat energy, definitely. I'm getting like pain and like a need to heal the pain. And independent energy, really, like. Okay, so what's next? Ooh, the Page of Wands. Okay, so it looks like what's next is independence. It looks like growth and independence. So in the future, we see the Page of Wands, and in the past, we see like the Queen of Wands. And so you're going from a place of like, looking for a partner to just having fun. And so instead of looking for like a partner, you're gonna be trying to look for fun, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like you're overwhelmed kind of by relationships. And so like what's next is you literally like putting less effort into relationships, putting less like pressure on you to have a relationship or to get into one. You're gonna be understanding how to like calm yourself and like go with the flow. So like, you're not gonna be looking for a relationship, you're gonna be looking for excitement, you're gonna be looking for friends, and then you're gonna like stumble upon a relationship maybe. You see what I'm saying? I feel like you're also gonna be anticipating heartbreak from now on. Like you're gonna be looking for it almost. Because I feel like you've healed there's a 5 too. 3, 4, 5, you see what I'm saying? But I feel like you've healed heartbreak from the past, and so now you're like expecting it to come. Oops. I dropped them on the floor. I've never done this, but like, or I have, but like, I want to show you that like reading tarot with just playing cards, I love doing it this way. I feel like it's more intuitive because like you don't get like pictures really. But I see one person here that's going through like life stage like change, and then like the 10 tells me there's about to be like a rebirth. There's about to be like a reset of the energy. And so I feel like there will be an ending soon. That's what's coming next. Is this like ending? But it's not really an ending, it's a rebirth, it's a cycle. So, we'll see. The person on your mind, we have victory coming out first, and the 5 with resilience, and like the Joker energy. See, this is why I like playing cards. It looks like you will have victory with this person that we're thinking about. So let's see, because I want you to kind of have a specific person in mind. I don't know if I said that. I just thought about that. I don't think I said that, but have a specific person in mind that you want to like see the next intentions with. Let's see. The 8 of Cups. And so I feel like this will be a separation. There will be a separation with this person. You will become independent, like I was saying, but it's all part of the process. So you see like there's 5, 6, 7, there's conflict, there's victory, and then there's resilience. And so you've put a lot of work in, and this is you as well. You've put a lot of work into this connection. You feel like it's very valuable. You feel like it's something that you really want, but you will have to walk away. There will be like a moment of like heartbreak and like recovery. There will be a death and rebirth cycle. There will be a reunion too. So let's see. The cards are just falling everywhere. We have 3 and 3. So manifestation. But what does this person want for this connection? So what does your person want for this connection? The 10 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. With the 9 of Cups. One more card, please. The 10 of Swords, obviously, is not the best energy. But this is what's happening next. And so I feel like they want to heal this, literally. They want to sit on it and like understand why they feel betrayed, how they got betrayed, and like they want to understand it. I feel like you were both very independent people. And so like it was a struggle for you to like be in a relationship in a way. And I was saying blocked throat chakra. And so I feel like you weren't communicating correctly. And so like this betrayal is more of like a misunderstanding than it is an actual betrayal. Let's see. One more card. The Two of Cups. And so this does feel like a soulmate connection that is being worked on, that is like a soulmate connection that has fallen apart, but is being worked on. It fell apart so it can come back stronger. It's being tempered. Like temperance, the card, or like how you temper like chocolate or like metal. And then on the back we have the Joker card. And so this is like, that's like the ending of the reading kind of, but you see what I'm saying? That's the two of you like mirroring each other too. Because I do feel like a mirror vibe. And I'm just getting like a learning vibe. This seems like a very like, you're learning a lot in this connection. We also have eights, which is abundance. There's a focus of like eights and tens of higher numbers kind of. There's kind of a mix of numbers, but there's like a growth, but like a reversal. And so it's like you achieved like this high level and then you had to go back down a level. Like you had to like downgrade yourself a little bit. Like you had to step back and like relearn your lessons kind of. And so I feel like the cycle has like been repeating. And so you like feel like you passed the cycle, like you understood it and you knew what was happening, but like now you're stepping back. You're admitting that you like messed up a little bit and like you're looking at it and you're learning from it. And so that's what's gonna allow you to like heal this energy. But let's get the astral dice. I don't really have actual like dice for this, but I use like a 12-sided dice because I already know the 12 signs. And so I'll explain it to you. It was pretty easy. Here's the other one. So let's see what the sign energy is. We have first Aries. And then we have 2 Taurus. And we have 3 Gemini. And so it definitely feels like a step-by-step, like going in order. It feels like, it's like you understand that you are the problem, like self is the problem. You are the reason that like things are this way. You're taking responsibility and like putting that blame on yourself, and so that way you can create change. When you admit you're the problem, you can be the solution. 2 is Taurus. This is like comfort. And so I feel like you pulled back your comfort. You're trying to make sure you are your own stability, your own force, like of reckoning. I don't know why I heard that. But, like your own force of like change, your own like money. You're not dependent on anybody. You're making sure you're dependent solely on yourself. What's interesting too is it's like the 7 is like there, and so is it on this one. And so it's like you're separating your money from your relationship. You're making that not a factor anymore, and you're making that not a factor. We also have the 7 of Pentacles here, which goes back to money. And so I feel like you really are like trying to create your own money, like trying to be your own stability. And then 3 Gemini, so you're thinking. You're trying to think as an individual instead of thinking about like a person in a relationship. You're trying to think independently. And so I feel like you're trying to disconnect from like codependency, and you're trying to overcome codependency. This feels like actually like people who are trying to overcome like something, because most people just live in a codependent relationship, and then like I've done this before for like 2 years almost. But you stay in a codependent relationship, and then it's like you become so codependent on each other that like it's overwhelming. And like the other person for me was more codependent than I was, and so it was literally overwhelming to me. And like then now we hate each other almost. Not really hate, but like we can't talk to each other. You see what I'm saying? And so this feels like you're separating before you get to that point of it being bad, so that way you can heal and then come back together. Because this will like, separation will remind you why you want to come back together. This was probably longer than I wanted it to be. No, it was 8 minutes. So this is a really quick video. So this is good. That was the message though. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Pile 3. That I didn't tell y'all, but you need to pick a person, or like, you don't have to pick a person. The last pile was specifically like, definitely like a relationship that was like, I feel like it was definitely like specific to a person, but you could have multiple people or anyone really. You could be thinking just generally. The Page of Cups coming up first. So first we're gonna look at like what's coming next in this relationship. And so we have the Page of Cups, we have the Joker, The Joker to me represents like a fill-in point, like it's like an autofill. So like you can be the Joker, they can be the Joker, anyone can be the Joker. It can be anything kind of. It depends on like the other cards around it. And we have the King of Pentacles. So this looks like somebody like either lost a job or like something changed like suddenly that has caused like, this looks like I see like a family is what I'm getting, like a family vibe, like, and then the dad like lost a job or something. Or maybe like the mother and the father both work, because I'm getting kids with this. This is giving me like kids, and so is the Joker like a family literally. And this is giving me like supporting. So it could be just the mother who's playing that masculine role, or like stereotypically masculine role of being the supporter, the breadwinner. And so I feel like they're working very hard, and like something happened that made that stop. Let's see. That was just the vibe I got though. With the red thing too, this is the root chakra kind of is what it's giving me. And so that's like your stability. It's Capricorn and Aquarius. So maybe you're Capricorn. Let's see. Yeah, home vibes. Because the Four of Pentacles kind of reminds me of home. The Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is like loss. Walking away in loss, yes. So there's some kind of loss here in love. And the Nine of Cups. And so maybe like you were living a very lavish lifestyle, the Seven of Wands, understanding what you're fighting for. So like maybe you were living a very lavish lifestyle, and like that's had to change. Interesting. Let's get another card. It's kind of a weird vibe. The Ace of Swords. So I feel like you've had to learn how to do more with less. I feel like you've recently, like you're the King of Pentacles. You're used to being in a very like stable environment. You're used to working very hard for what you want. And it's like you stopped working hard or something. Or like you had a new idea around what you're working for. And so maybe you've thought of ways to like work smarter, not harder. Like you thought of ways to like become more efficient with your work. But there's also like an air of like leaving behind. And so maybe you're spending too much time on your work, and that caused problems in your relationship. Because I'm getting like loss, like walking away, and then this is loss, and this is like heartbreak, is sad. Because this is a very sad card. And then this is about like having a lot. And so it feels like you had a lot and then you lost it. And you're working very hard to like keep something. And so maybe you were focused too much on your job, and so now like you're reaping the consequences of that. Like the person's like, if you're not going to focus on me, make love your priority, make family your priority, then it's not a priority. You see what I'm saying? And so maybe you were prioritizing the wrong things, or your partner was, and that's been kind of like brought up to your attention. Because in the center of the reading, we have leaving, like walking away. And so I do see that somebody has walked away. Like there is a separation of the two people. I feel like y'all are both kind of the King of Pentacles. Like y'all are both being represented by the King of Pentacles. But let's see what is next with your person. So that's what's next. What does your person want to come next? That's what I'm asking. What does your person want? So your double sevens. So your person doesn't really know what they want yet, is what I'm getting. Your person may have in the past been kind of tricky and not been like honest, is what I'm getting. It's under the Joker too, which is giving me like a very like mischievous vibe. It's also giving me like with the Page of Cups, like a very young and playful vibe. And so I feel like you're very serious and this person's very not serious. Because maybe they are two different people now. Let's see. What are your person's next intentions? The Ace of Pentacles. Very interesting. We're going to get two more cards. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords. And so, I feel like they want to work very hard and offer you something. They want to like match your energy, but they also don't want to match your energy at the same time. They understand that it would be a good idea, I guess, to match your energy, but like, I don't feel like they don't want to is bad enough. They want to like offer you something. Your person wants to like offer you something, and they want to work very hard at it, but like, they don't have like the follow through is what I'm kind of getting. They get distracted easily. Because they're in this Page of Cups, this Nine of Cups energy, so it's like time is not really affecting them, like the same as it's affecting you and everyone else. It's like they're not really paying attention to time, and they like, you know what I mean? Like it's a very like unrealistic expectation of time. Let's see, I'm gonna get one more card for this side. So what are your person's intentions? And the Four of Cups, apathy. And so I feel like this person, you were like giving them a lot, and they started getting used to you giving them a lot. They started to like, or this, you can flip flop it, but I feel like they got used to you giving them a lot. And so like, they became like just used to that. They became too comfortable in the relationship. And so the relationship didn't feel new. It wasn't exciting anymore. And like, they were looking for something more exciting. And I feel like they wanted to stay, I feel like they enjoyed the relationship. It's just that there was like, it was boredom. And so that caused like a heartbreak. Let's see. What's next? What does your person want next? What do you want next in this like situation? The Three of Swords. So I feel like you're kind of ready to end this. The Ten of Pentacles. But you're not a quitter. And so, let's see. The Two of Wands. So you're looking for whether you should quit this or you should stay with this. You're looking for whether the heartbreak is worth healing, because you have like all the love. This is family vibes. Like you want a family, you want children, you want the whole 9 yards. And then it's like feeling like that was stabbed, like that was destroyed. And then you have also like the Ten of Pentacles, which is a legacy. And you feel like that was like taken apart, like it was taken from you or taken for granted. And so you're trying to like decide, you're trying to get like insight on whether it's worth repairing, whether it's worth giving it like another try, putting your heart back out there and like trying again with this person, or if you should just move on to a new person. I feel like you're stuck between like leaving and staying. So that's interesting. Let's see. What's advice in the situation? Boom. We have the Six of Pentacles. So what is the advice in the situation? The Five of Wands. So I feel like this is already saying that anything can be healed, but you have to want it to be healed. I also feel like this person is bluffing because of the Five of Wands. It's giving me like an energy of like, once they leave, they're not going to be happy with their decision. So like their decision is not going to be, it's going to be very impulsive, and it's going to be like, not something that they're willing to stick to. And so they're going to come back and they're going to leave and they're going to come back. It's going to be that kind of energy. It's not going to be like, they're not going to have the follow through that you would have when you make a decision. And so I'm seeing that like that. Also, like this is about healing. Like you can fix anything if you really want to. I just don't feel like this person has like the follow through to fix it. Let's see. What's your advice? Don't let like there's 3 tens right here. Like, but don't let a situation overwhelm you to the point that you can't handle like your own business. So this is telling me like to keep like a good separation of like all your like different places in life, like your work, your home, and your family, and having time for yourself. The Page of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Let's see. The Nine of Pentacles is taking what you can get. And so I feel like you're going to have new insights into what you can like achieve with this relationship. Your thoughts on this relationship are going to really change soon. And so there's going to be like a rebirth. There's going to be a new idea. We have 3 tens literally coming up right next to each other. And this is about like learning. And so you're going to soon like see this relationship or this situation in a way that you've not seen it previously. And so like there is going to be a complete change of your mindset soon. And so right now is not the time to make a decision. Right now is like the time to continue this like stalemate and wait for a decision to like be made. Because if this person's like leaving you and then coming back and leaving you and coming back, they're making the decision for you. They're saying that they're not taking this relationship seriously like you are. And so it's like, you expect that. And so like have like the preparation, like be prepared for them to want to leave you and know that that might happen, and then wait and see if they surprise you. That's kind of what I'm getting. The Three of Cups. So kind of keeping them maybe at like an arm's distance, controlling your emotions, resilience. And so like this is like pushing through to this part. And so you know it's about to be reborn. It could be reborn as y'all being separate, or it could be reborn as y'all being together. That part isn't final yet. This like lines up perfectly too. It's just, I saw that. Like it was like, I don't know. But so it could be reborn as y'all in a relationship or reborn separate. And I feel like that part is undecided. That part is like, y'all get to pick that part. That's what I'm saying. Like, that'll be different for everybody. But I feel like you haven't got to that point yet where you have to make a decision yet. Or you have like, you need to. And then the Eight of Wands. So you feel impulsive about this decision. You feel impulsive like you need to make a decision now. But it's telling you literally to wait, to be resilient and to put up walls and like guard yourself from this person and then see what happens, kind of. Be prepared for the worst, but hope for the best is kind of what it's saying. Let's see. Any last advice? We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So, I feel like it's saying not to lose yourself in the relationship because you have the King and the Queen on your side. Like, I'm getting like, the Queen of Pentacles is all about your beauty and like the way you look and like the material possessions that you have. And so don't let a relationship like change your sense of value of yourself. Don't let a relationship change the way you look at yourself. You can't control other people's actions, and a lot of times people make decisions that make no sense at all. And so you can't really like base your own value off of what other people think. You have to think for yourself. And that's what I'm getting, is both of you need to think as individuals. And I feel like you're very much more like mature than this person. And so there's just an imbalance in that situation. You see what I'm saying? I feel like you can play things out and see how they go and see what decision is the best. Keeping in mind that if it's for you, you will have it. And if it's not for you, it's going to leave. And so you can't really be mad either way. You just have to be content. I think that's pretty good though. Thank you for watching. High file 3 if you chose this stone. It's like orange and blue. It's kind of gator vibes. Like, I don't know why I thought to say that, so Florida vibes. But it's from Georgia. It's kind of orange and blue. It's kind of silvery. But it's really pretty. And the golden tarot deck. The golden playing cards. This is your reading. So you can come into this with a specific person in mind, or you can just think about general. But this is like a quick what's happening next in love. So we have the Six of Pentacles. So it looks like you're going to be repairing something. Every group has had this card in it too. The Eight of Cups. And so I feel like you walked away from a situation, or somebody walked away from you, and you're going to be repairing it soon. That's been like the vibe of all three though. And there's the Joker. The Ten of Pentacles. So this feels like a very long-standing connection that was like stepped on a little bit, like that was like abused in a way. And now you're coming back to it with a new, fresh idea. Let's get one more card. The King of Wands. Okay. So there's like a new leadership vibe. There's like a new direction. And so I feel like if one of you was the leader before, it's about to switch, if that makes sense. You're about to follow in a new direction. You're about to choose like a new path. You're about to choose new goals in the relationship. I am getting that like if this is like, if you have a specific person in mind, you're already in a relationship and you know about like who this is, you will be getting back, you will be staying with the same person. I'm not getting like a new person vibe. This seems like the same person. But it does seem like there will be a moment of separation or like a walk away. Okay, so what does your person want from this connection? Or want next in this connection? This one's more like concise for some reason. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and so they want to work on it. This is also giving me like they want to work on it, but like they understand that they can't work on it in a relationship. They need that separation to work on it. The King of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. And so I feel like this is saying like they understand that the problem is themselves, literally. They understand that like in the relationship, they're trying to take accountability, which is the best way to solve problems. There's another 8. So there may be an abundance of problems. I'm sorry, that's not funny. But with 3 8s, it's literally saying this is a very abundant relationship, and this is a relationship that can fix itself. This is a relationship that if y'all both work on the problems, you will fix it, because y'all both are determined to work on it. 8 is about like not giving up, literally. That's what 8 is. And so like 8 is walking away. You're walking away and you're sticking to that decision, and you're firm in that decision. You are leaving. You see what I'm saying? The 8 of Pentacles is you are firm on what you're creating. This is like you are stuck. And so it's very firm cards. And so having all 3, I feel like you are going to be very like, you are determined to work on this connection. This person particularly too. They're determined to fix whatever's causing the problems and tying them up. They will be like working on themselves. They do want to work on the connection. And the King of Swords, one more card. So they want to master their mind, like understand their mind. And I feel like anxiety is the problem, literally. For this person, I definitely feel like they're apathetic to the situation. They can't put their emotions into it because their anxiety overwhelms them. Even now, like I'm feeling anxious. And so I feel like they just have a lot to work on within their mind, within their headspace. They want to be like this leader person, but it's like their headspace just won't let them. They can't fathom how to do it. Let's see what you want next. Because this is like what's coming next. This is what they want next. This is what you want next. This is just supposed to be like a quick love video. You want this reconciliation. You want healing. So this person, I feel like, is more self-focused, and this person is more looking at the other side of the story. So there may be like, they're just thinking about like the two of you instead of the one of you. They're not thinking about it as an individual like situation. Orange is the sacral chakra. So your creative energies and your sexual energies. So I feel like funneling all of this into creative talents would be more effective, especially because they got the 3 of Wands. And so this is like literally like creation. And so like funneling the creation, like healing through creation. Let's see. What does your person want next? Or this is kind of your vibe. This is supposed to be you and this is supposed to be your person, but it could be flipped. But what do you want next? If it's like, you have the you know what I mean? The 5 of Pentacles. And so this person feels like anxious and this person feels insecure, is what I'm getting. This person thinks that like things are always gonna like be taken from them, and this person is kind of the same. Y'all are kind of mirroring each other in that way, I guess. But it's like, this is insecurity, this is anxious energy. And lastly, we have, this is the blank card, literally, that came out. Let's get one more. The 6 and the Queen of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords. We do have 666 right here next to each other, but don't freak out. If anything, that's a good omen for like tarot reading about relationships. But we have 2 queens and we have 2 kings too, which is interesting. It looks like you want to, let's see, what do you specifically want? I'm not gonna take that. What do you specifically want? The 4 of Wands. What do they specifically want? The 8 of Wands. Isn't that interesting? So I feel like y'all do want the same thing. It's just about applying yourself, or it's about like working on yourself versus working on the relationship. And so as you work on yourself, you work on the relationship, literally. You build yourself up so you can build the other person up. And I feel like right now, y'all can't build each other up because this is like walking away energy. This is needing to heal. And you have like all 3 of these 6s, which are like healing cards. And they have all this anxiety, and then you have this insecurity. And I feel like there's just a lot going on. And so when y'all are together, you make each other worse. Let's get one card for the middle. The 9 of Pentacles. And so working with what you have. And so, do you want to work with this, like anxiety, or do you want to work with these? Like, do you want to work with the healed version of your person, or do you want to work with the hurt version? Because I don't feel like y'all can, I feel like y'all cannot like work together to solve your problems. Because like, I'm getting that like y'all's problems are like very similar. Y'all will like, it's very volatile in that way. But there also is like a healing energy and like a damage energy. I hate to say that. But this side is like much more healing because it's like the 6s and stuff. This is like overcoming things. And this is like still swamped in the problems. And it's like, yes, you're insecure, but like you have all this like overcoming. And I feel like there's just a big like, there's a big energy here. There's lots of 8s too. There's 4 8s, I think. Yeah, 4 8s. And so this person's very like, this person follows through. And so I feel like something that this person is like scared of is like, they're gonna leave and then they're not gonna reconcile. They're not gonna come back. But this person is definitely like somebody who follows through to the end. This is somebody who's not gonna quit. Like if they say they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it. They have 2 kings too, which is like the most like the control card, like the leadership card is what I'm trying to say. And so I feel like there's a big vibe around like, this person's like insecure and anxious that this person won't come back. And this person knows they're gonna come back. They just know they need this space. And so like, they're not taking what they can get. This person wants to like be like, help this person. And this person wants independence. And so you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you are a healer, you still need to make sure this person wants help. If they don't want help, then you're like, you're invading their space, you know? You're invading their energy. And so make sure you're consent. You know what I mean? Make sure you're using consent with your healing, I guess. Make sure you're like, I mean, you can control your thoughts. You can think about anything, but make sure you're not like trying to like cross boundaries with that. Let's see. Any other messages? Any messages before we leave? The 2 of Cups. We have the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. I put them on top of each other too. Those are both soulmate cards. With the Six of Cups, that's all 3 soulmate cards. And so this definitely, that's like the most, those are the 3 most soulmate cards. Literally, I'm not kidding. And so it's like, you are very intuitive. You know that they will come back. You're scared that they won't. Because I'm getting like a big anxiety everywhere, I guess. Because this is telling me that y'all mirror each other too, kind of. I think I said that in all 3 files though. But you have to take it as it resonates. Let's see, any other messages? The Jack of Diamonds. And lastly, the 3 of Cups. Maybe not lastly, we'll get one more. The King of Cups. And so I feel like, what is the best thing in the world? Unconditional love. If you love everybody, then everybody should love you back, kind of is the idea. And so like just being like in a more friendly energy and a less serious energy will get you to a more serious place, is what I'm getting. So being firm about what you expect from this person, kind of like being like having understanding. So like right now there needs to be like separation, there needs to be space. When this person comes back, creating like firm boundaries and also keeping a more lighthearted energy than you had before is what it's saying. Literally. Controlling your emotions too. There's a big energy around like learning control. Because we have the Jack, which is like not having control. Then we have the Queens, which is like the feminine side. This is like nurturing, and then this is control. And so we have a very like masculine and feminine like side. Y'all mirror each other, but are kind of opposites in that way. Let's see. I'm gonna get one more card. And the Ten of Cups. That's what I was saying, unconditional love. Approaching them like you would approach anybody. Don't treat them like special necessarily. Because this doesn't feel like a long, I guess it does. This is big, like y'all just met each other, but y'all feel like you've been together for years or something. Or this is big, like friends that like have been friends for years and years and years, but never thought about each other romantically, and now there's like a romantic connection. Especially with the 3 of Cups, because the 3 of Cups is like friends. But I'm definitely getting like soulmate vibes. Because literally, look at that, 2, 4, 6. Those are the soulmate cards. I can like literally. With the Queen of Cups too, Scorpio energy. And the King of Cups, they're all kind of separated, but lots of cards that are matching. We even have 666, which is like 666 is 6, 12, 18, which is 9. And so 9's like perfection. So 666 is supposed to equal perfection. And I hate saying it because it's like the way it sounds is just bad. But let's see what comes out with the Astrolites. We have 1. So this is the same. I didn't do this in pile 2 because we got a little over. I was trying to make these short. This one went over 2. It was 11:22 when I looked at the thing. No joke. So there you go. Like it was literally 11 minutes and 22 seconds into the video. So focusing on yourself, focusing on your career. And so there could be like a career focus that's pulling, like a public eye kind of thing. Capricorn is like the energy of what you want to do for the rest of your life. It's not like your daily work energy, it's your career, literally. And so there may be huge opportunities in your career that need to be focused on. And that, like, for you, literally yourself. And let's get one more dice. And then self again. So taking the focus on yourself as an individual and them as an individual, seeing how like y'all are individuals together or you're individuals separately, and creating that non-codependent vibe will create a relationship. Treating them like you would treat anybody else, but like a little special. You see what I'm saying? And working on your goals, your endeavors. So like working on your career, working on this 10 of Pentacles energy too. Like your legacy is very important. That's what's gonna, I feel like heal this relationship. But there you go, that's what's next in love. Thank you.